part of you now. The red glow of Saiyan divinity may have left you, but the strength now burns within you like a flame.
Alright, I'm going to explain exactly why this statement that Beerus makes, that basically Goku has absorbed Super Saiyan Red into his base form, only applies to the fight of Goku versus Beerus, and that the authors of Dragon Ball Super later retconned this, and that it no longer applies in the future. You see, a lot of power scalers like to look at this moment and use it to say that Goku's base form is now universal, and that because he has a universal base form, that means that whenever he goes Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 or anything beyond that, it's basically taking a universal power and multiplying it over against itself. And that is how they reach conclusions where they think that Goku from Dragon Ball Super would beat Goku from Dragon Ball GT or any other fictional character. And I'm going to explain exactly how we know that that's not the case for the rest of the series. This power-up only applied to this moment and no longer applies beyond that. So let's get started. First, let's look at the manga interpretation of the Dragon Ball Super events. In this particular scene, we see a fight which is a sparring match between Super Saiyan 2 Trunks and Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Now let's bear in mind that this particular Trunks is a Trunks from the future timeline who has never had any training with Beerus and never had any training with Whis. And so his Super Saiyan 2 should be probably around Gohan from Cell Games or maybe Majin Vegeta level. If that is the case, if he is only Majin Vegeta level, or let's give him a super amount of credibility and say that he's Fat Buu level in Super Saiyan 2. If that's all he's got, that means he's only Galaxy level in terms of his power. So why is Goku going in Super Saiyan 2 here if Goku's base is already universal? In theory, if Goku's base is universal, he should not need to take the same form as a Trunks that has never done the ritual and has never trained with Beerus or Whis. As we see this fight progress, we see them get into their fighting positions. Let me fast forward a little bit here. We see them exchanging blows. We actually see Trunks able to block Goku's punches. Again, if this Goku is supposedly 100 times universal, then how is a Trunks that has never done the ritual and never been with Beerus able to kick him back? And before you try to say something along the lines of, oh, he was just playing, let's look right here. He's got a scar on his chin and he's wincing in pain. This is not a Goku who is putting forth zero effort. This is a Goku who's actually being challenged in his Super Saiyan 2 form. So Trunks gets out his sword, which is really badly drawn for some reason. Why is it so fat like that? Looks more like a dagger. Anyway, after their fight ends, we see Whis confirm that in their current levels, they are about the same. This is not, oh, well, Goku's 50 or 100 times universal, he's holding back. No. Whis clearly says their current power levels may be in the same class, even that Trunks has an upper hand. So again, if Goku's base form is universal, and if Super Saiyan 2 is supposedly 100 times base form for a Saiyan, wouldn't that mean that Super Saiyan 2 Goku here should be able to destroy 100 universes? So how is a Galaxy level Trunks able to keep up with him? That makes no sense, and that's why the only logical explanation is that the writers forgot that Beerus said that, and they reset everybody's power level back to Buu Saga levels in base form. Let's continue here. We see that Goku has to go Super Saiyan 3 to get an advantage over Trunks. Now, in theory, for you power scalers out there who like to use the Daizenshu, that should mean that Goku is, 400 times universal here? If Goku is 400 times universal, there should be absolutely nothing that a Galaxy-level Trunks can do. But what we see here is that Trunks pushes his Super Saiyan 2 up into a Super Saiyan 3 level. And now that his Super Saiyan 2 is up to a Super Saiyan 3 level, Vegeta even says that he's about equal or in the same realm as Goku in his Super Saiyan 2. So, again, for all of you base Goku is universal now people, you must explain why Goku needed to climb all the way to Super Saiyan 3 just to keep up with a Trunks that, again, has never been with Beerus, has never been with Whis, has never done a ritual. The only thing he's done is train with the Kais. So, in that case, at best, he would probably be somewhere between Fat Buu and Mystic Gohan here. But even so, that's not putting him in Super Saiyan Red realm by any stretch of the imagination. So, why is he able to push Trunks? Why is Trunks able to push Goku so far? So as the fight proceeds, we see that Goku basically had to sneak into Super Saiyan Red for a brief moment in order to be able to beat Trunks. If Goku needed Red just to stop a galaxy-level Trunks, who again doesn't have access to any of the same type of ki that Goku does, then that would mean that this Goku's base is the same base from the Buu Saga. His base has not gotten stronger. So yes, while I do agree that this moment right here, Goku for sure was universe level in his base form, the writers then forgot about that and they got rid of that and they reset him back to just being Buu Saga level in his base. So you have to acknowledge the fact that the writers definitively made this choice. And if you think this is just limited to the manga, let's check out the anime. Now, first of all, I want to establish how weak Krillin is. So Krillin here is working as a retired police officer. He's obviously very much out of shape. When bullets come, we see him run the other way. Instead of, like throw up a key shield and block the bullets. Hell, even Neo from the Matrix would have been able to do something like that. So this Krillin is below Matrix level. So then we see Krillin take a bullet and actually get a scar from it, and he's shaking and trembling in pain. And he's holding his arm like a little pussy. This is just ridiculous right here when you sit back and think about it. This is supposed to be a guy who's able to fight intergalactic aliens, and he's just right here looking on. And why the hell is he smiling when he just got shot? I'm so angry, I need to exit out of this before I punch a hole in my wall. Anyway, so that Krillin did a little bit of Earth-based training, and now let's watch him fight Goku. This is anime, so this is a weak Krillin who's complete and utter garbage and who Goku should have never taken to the tournament. Notice, if this Goku is universal in base, he should just be one-shotting Krillin, right? We've never even seen Krillin be able to destroy a galaxy or a solar system. Krillin, as far as we know, is just planet level. So let's watch this fight. Goku just got pushed back. Goku's having to brace himself. Goku's having to concentrate, and finally, Goku's having to go Super Saiyan. So, for all of you Daizenshu fanboys out there, this power level is supposed to be 50 universes, right? Because it's 50 times his base, and if his base is universal, then he should be 50 universes here. You mean to tell me a Krillin that couldn't even take a bullet now needs 50 universes to be able to block one of his attacks? So, if you truly want to say that Goku stayed universal in his base after the fight with Beerus, then you have to admit that Trunks was universal or multiversal here, and you have to admit that Krillin is 50 universes because he was able to push Goku into Super Saiyan. Obviously that makes no sense, and so that's why we have to come to the logical conclusion that the whole idea of Goku being universal in his base was just for the fight against Beerus, and then they later reset his power level, and he's back down to his normal power levels. I hope I have definitively proved this, so you guys who like to say that Saiyan beyond God or whatever garbage you like to say about Goku, no. Goku's base is the same as his base has always been. The only Goku that has a more powerful base form that has been proven in the source material is Dragon Ball GT Goku.